So Gintama is back on the air, and this time it's focuses on the comedy side of Gintama, which has been lost for more than just a handful of arcs, especially with how serious they've been. So it's a breath of fresh air to have the comedy back in Gintama. I don't know if it's going to be the Papari arc that was actually advertised a couple of weeks ago. I don't think so, just because this is a different direction. So, and I don't mind about that at all because it just focuses on Kagura in a different side. So that's kind of neat. So we start off with a typical Gintama intro to a season. By now, Gintama never shy away from referencing other shows. They started off by referencing One Piece with Gintoki as Luffy. And then you had literally Kagura literally dressing up as Bulma as a kid, and they punched their way through King Piccolo. Then they had a 2-year time skip, was a complete reference to One Piece. Kagura's obviously changed, and you literally have Gintoki as a Super Saiyan now. And if you notice, he has a scar over his eye referencing Zoro. And then they're about to take the World Hunter Chunin exams. So obviously referencing Hunter x Hunter as well as Naruto as well. So that was hilarious. And if you notice, he actually referenced the live action movie as well, because I guess they did huge numbers. So they decided to go along with that. And when Shinpachi mentioned that he need to make an image for this live action movie, he got the hell beat out of him by Kagura and Gintoki. So that's a great way to open up the new season of Gintama. We start off with the opening, and it's not a new. In fact, I actually think it's by Blue Account, and the title is Versus, and I think we already had this opening back in 2015. There's just the change of visuals. And I gotta say, the opening gets you hyped up nonetheless, but the ending was so symbolic as well as the song. Really enjoyed it. The new ending, Mi Kuri Kamiki, that's the group singing the ending song. So I like the ending. Very soft, very mellow, and the visuals is very telling what could happen in the next few episodes with, I guess, all the females in wedding dresses. Kagura looks good in that wedding dress. I mean, all girls looking good in wedding dresses as well. So, yes. So it could be, like I said, it could be symbolic of what happens in this arc or this mini arc with Kagura. So we start off with, I guess, Umibozu coming back into Edo District, and he notices a couple that's very highly tanned, by the way. After that, he gets kind of thoughts about what could happen with Kagura down the line when she gets tanned and actually meets a boyfriend. Actually, it turns out to be true, but the whole part of it being tanned isn't. So, because we know for a fact she doesn't like sub. We've seen this before. So, and Umibozu's just thinking about Kagura throwing her life away. That was funny. Then, literally, what an entrance he made into, I guess, the Odd Jobs household, where he just threw a lamppost into the household, and Gintoki there asking Shinpachi for a spoon for his pudding. He literally got a lamppost instead, so that was funny. And Umibozu just choking the life out of Gintoki, because obviously Gintoki not looking out for Kagura, because now she's got to give it a love letter, because obviously that's the first time Kagura's ever had a love letter, so it's a new take on Kagura's character, so that's cool. Gintoki's getting choked out for it. Shinpachi's like, by the way, the reactions of all three was hilarious. But when Gintoki literally said, "Who'd want to date Kagura?" because she's literally a glutton with no sex appeal. That was hilarious. Kagura is still 14, and Shinpachi mentioned how schoolboys actually think about in that age. And oh my god, if looks could kill, Shinpachi would literally be dead right now, because the looks that Umibozu and Gintoki gave Shinpachi were ready to kill him. So they're complimenting how they should ask her. Umibozu doesn't know how to interact with his daughter, so obviously he's going to have trouble. Gintoki is Gintoki, so he has problems anyway. And Shinpachi says, "You're fine, I'll do it." And I guess they kind of do ask her in the end, and she just literally just come out and states, "I don't know anything about this love interest, but somebody took the time to actually make a love letter for me, so I'm going to go along with the date." So I guess the pressure is building for Umibozu and Gintoki, thinking about who it was that Kagura. Gintoki said, "No, that could be the wrong approach, because if you say that to him, if that's how he takes it, it could break him, because obviously that's not what he wants." So they're trying to talk her out of it, and I guess they drink up the sorrows at a sake bar, because after they're getting drunk, Shinpachi's with them, just trying to calm it down, but no such luck. And then Umberto is just thinking about the time that Kagura grows up and he wants to be there to see her grow up, and he actually forgets about that because of how freaked out he is by the situation. So, and that's just natural. That happens in everyday life anyway. So to support these guys for when they do grow up, so we can grow up as well. But boy, that did not last long because Shinpachi came back into the Oddjobs household. I swear to God, I was really just stop and just die laughing because my reaction went the door with their heads and their facial expressions are what killed it for me because they let you try to smile and keep it natural, but that made it even worse. And they ended up being 10 feet tall apparently because obviously they were wearing stilts. So that's their version of growing up. So that killed me. And Shinpachi's like, yeah, that's going to creep out the kid even further. And when Kagura actually walked back into the household saying, oh, my boyfriend's here, and they're literally freaking out. And I guess the anticipation was built for that. And when she literally says, oh, he doesn't want to come in, and they're thinking he's shy. But the reason he couldn't come in because he busted through the household, turns out he's a giant. Now, I don't know if that's a reference to Elbaf in One Piece or Attack on Titan because he literally turns into a giant in this. And I guess Kagura's going to extend the feelings. Now this is obviously going to be a gag, but I do think by the end of this, Kagura's going to aspect of love. And I think down the line, she's going to experience those feelings for somebody else. That's just my opinion, but especially with the ending, it's so symbolic of what this arc's going to be. I don't know how many episodes it's going to be. It doesn't really matter. It's all about Kagura from here. So great way to return to Gintama with the comedy. Love this episode. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Like this review if you did appreciate that. Comment down and tell us what you thought about this episode and the return of Gintama. Subscribe to channel more Gintama. Catch you guys later. Bye.